Hi, we're going to start our composition series. And the first thing we need to know about composition is there's more than just 10 rules of composition. Here we have 10 of the more popular compositional elements, but we're going to learn more than 10 in this series. When we start off in class, we would watch the Steve McCrory video, which is available for you in the module, but we're not going to watch that together. What we are going to talk about instead is the rules of third. So with the rules of third, we divide the frame equally horizontally and vertically with the point of interest at the intersecting points. So here we can see the point of interest is in the blood splatter and in her eyes. Here's another great video that's available for you in the module about the rules of thirds. Once again, we're not going to watch them together, and that video will be available for you in the module. Basically here we have the rules of thirds. We have the frame divided into three equal portions, horizontally and vertically, with the point of interest at the intersecting points. Now, if we were in class, we could make a grid in a rectangle and walk around the classroom, kind of like movie makers, and frame our viewpoint. So here, rules of third, the point of interest is in this tree or in Harrison Ford's eye, or here as we see in the 300 of the men falling down the cliff. Another compositional element is mergers, where the foreground and background merge together to create a new composition. And we can see here, we have a little person and a giant, or a person holding themselves up on a building. Here, we can see from ReesInMass.com, people at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And so, depends where you stand, it's going to look like you're holding up the tower or kicking the tower down. Here we have the Oscar Mayer Wiener truck, or vehicle. I don't know. Is it a truck, van, RV, mobile unit? I don't know. And here we have the Leaning Tower again, being held up and being and kicking. Here is a funny merger with the palm trees. This is more like a merger that my family would do, where you have things that are not appropriate coming out of your head, like a telephone pole. Here's some other examples of a merger. This capital hat, or this water coming out of the person's head. Here is another merger where they're using the flowers to form a skirt or a dress. Or in this case, the two-headed five-legged giraffe, or this person being pulled along by this string. So merging the foreground and the background together, or elements merging together to create a new composition. Another example here, this person walking on the street, and it looks like he has fire and smoke coming out of his head, or here this person with smoke, or this merger here with this book and this person sitting at a cafe, or this other merger of the background, which is the billboard, and the camera looks like he's taking a photo and the rays are coming out of the camera, or the tailpipe or the tail light with the truck design, Or here, this person on the subway and the balloon. So they're merging together. Or this man about ready to, break a move or dance or something. Or this guy, a merger. Now, he is in front of this design, but it looks like he has crazy hair, or this guy has big hair, or this guy he's kind of radiating, or this guy with a question mark, or this person being kicked, or this woman being attacked, or the arrow pointing to this lady, or this other merger. Technically, I don't know if it's really a merger, but it looks good. I mean, we can see that lady with the sweater, it looks like her arm is coming out, but we know that that's another person's hand. So you want to think merger and blending into the background. So in this case, this really isn't a merger, but blending into the background. The color of the puppy looks a lot like the countertop. Or we see George Clooney with the CCTV, or this woman merging, coming out of a trash can, or this woman merging with the trash, like a trash dress, and more people coming out of the trash. This one's really interesting. This is actually a merger where we have kind of a backdrop and this giant man walking with these little people. Or we can see here Godzilla attacking this person, or a giant camera and a little person, or this merger at the Louvre, or back to Italy. Or now we're back again, this little person and this giant and a person in a can, or a bottle of Coke Zero, or this one from John Ochuro with these giant sunglasses. Or right here we have the waiter with women legs, or this merger with this person with a horse head, or a moth mask, or this kid inside of a cup, this dog breathing fire, or this one merger with this dog with great hair fishing, or this little boy with this ponytail. But when we look closer, really look closer, we have a little girl, I'm assuming it's a girl with pink socks, and we can see with a white striped shoe. So it's just a foreground and a background merging together for a new composition. And then here we finally know where babies come from. The stork delivers them. Or here, a merger in the ocean. So we have a scuba diver fish head. Or this person had too much beans or broccoli. And then here is the lightning merging with the Statue of Liberty, or this person jumping over the moon, or climbing onto the moon with a ladder, or carrying the moon with a wheelbarrow, or leaning on the moon. Another person who does mergers quite well is Richard McWhorr, and he has these cutouts. So we have UFO, a watch with Big Ben, like from the movie Up, and here's this bicycle on a carousel. No, is it a Ferris wheel? One of those. Ice cream cone at the Capitol building, or another building. Looks like, I don't know, we're still in London, or are we back in Italy? Here we have a statue doing a selfie, champagne, being attacked by a giant Lego, kicking a building down. So what we covered are mergers and rules of thirds in this component.